Cleopatra, 7. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC in Alexandria, Egypt. She was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Rulers descended from Ptolemy I Soter, a general of Alexander the Great. The Ptolemaic dynasty was of Greek origin. They had ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years by the time Cleopatra was born. Cleopatra's childhood was immersed in the political intrigue of the royal court. She witnessed firsthand the power struggles and machinations that were commonplace in her family. Her father, Ptolemy XIII Auletes, was a weak ruler who faced numerous rebellions. Cleopatra received a comprehensive education. She was fluent in several languages, including Egyptian, a rarity for the Ptolemies, Greek and Latin. She studied mathematics, philosophy, oratory and astronomy. At the age of 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne with her younger brother Ptolemy XIII. They were meant to rule as co-regents. However, their joint rule quickly descended into a power struggle. Cleopatra was a shrewd and ambitious ruler. She quickly realized that to secure her power, she needed to secure the support of Rome. Rome was the dominant power in the Mediterranean at the time. In 48 BC, Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt. He was pursuing his rival Pompey the Great in the Roman Civil War. Cleopatra saw an opportunity to win Caesar's support and regain control of Egypt. She famously had herself smuggled into Caesar's presence, rolled up in a carpet. Caesar was captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence and charm. He agreed to help her defeat her brother and secure her position as the sole ruler of Egypt. Cleopatra and Caesar's alliance became both political and romantic. They had a son, Caesarion. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Cleopatra aligned herself with Mark Antony. Antony was one of Caesar's most trusted generals. He had become a powerful figure in the Roman Republic. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship was also both a strategic alliance and a passionate love affair. Cleopatra and Antony ruled Egypt and other territories together. They presented themselves as a new power couple, challenging the authority of Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar was a major turning point in her life. Caesar's support was instrumental in her rise to power. Their alliance secured Egypt's independence and brought stability to the kingdom. Cleopatra's relationship with Mark Antony was even more passionate and tumultuous. They formed a formidable political and military alliance. They challenged the authority of Octavian, who was consolidating his power in Rome. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship was controversial in Rome. Antony was married to Octavian's sister Octavia. Their affair was seen as a betrayal of Rome. Octavian used this to his advantage, turning public opinion against Antony and portraying Cleopatra as a manipulative seductress who was leading Antony astray. The conflict between Antony and Octavian escalated into a full-blown civil war. The final showdown took place at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. The Battle of Actium was a naval battle that took place near Greece. Antony and Cleopatra's forces were decisively defeated by Octavian's fleet. Cleopatra fled back to Egypt with her remaining ships. Antony followed soon after. Octavian pursued Antony and Cleopatra to Egypt. Antony's forces were defeated and he committed suicide. Cleopatra was captured by Octavian's forces. She faced the prospect of being paraded through the streets of Rome as a captive in Octavian's triumph. Determined to avoid this humiliation and retain some of her dignity, Cleopatra took her own life. According to legend, she died by allowing an asp, a venomous Egyptian cobra, to bite her. The exact circumstances of her death remain a subject of debate. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of Roman rule in Egypt. She was the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt.